Hey guys, so today's video is going to be me talking about the pros and the cons of becoming a fairy. So it may be a quick video, it may be a long video, I'm not too sure yet. I don't really have a video plan, it's just going to be me talking about it. And yeah, sorry I haven't been posting. I've been really busy and I'm going to get back into the routine of posting videos more often for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So, pro number one would have to be flying. I mean, walking around can get pretty boring, am I right? And it's also really tiring. But flying is amazing and fun, and it's really cool too. You can impress your friends, you can impress yourself, you can just get places faster, and it's also just a really good experience to have. And I have a video all about wings and a little bit about flying, so you can go watch that if you're curious about the whole flying thing. And you can also request down below any questions you have about flying and wings, but mostly about flying. And yeah, flying is a great way to get around, and it's a great pro to being a fairy. The next pro to being a fairy is definitely the things you can do with the different auras, such as making plants grow, affecting people's, kind of affecting their mind and their senses in a way, and just a lot of things that come with auras, like personality traits, like being more bubbly and happy, and also just caring for others more, and just how animals are just, they're so like loving towards you. It's a really great feeling. And it's something different from being a human and just experiencing normal emotions, because as a fairy, emotions are much stronger. So it's just an overall really good feeling. Another pro is contributing to society, and the way you can do that is by basically making the environment a better place. As a fairy, you can influence people to do more things without even talking to them, by giving off auras and vibes and stuff like that. And yeah, you can basically, if you want someone to recycle, you can kind of just give off that aura every time you're around them, and they may start to recycle if you're thinking it in your head a lot when you're around them. Or if you want the forest to be full of flowers, you can make it more full of flowers, and that's a contribution to society, because it's making it pretty, and more plants equals more oxygen, and that's what we need to live, so it's great. And also, you can also do things like that you see in TV, such as the cat stuck in the tree, you gotta save it. You can go do that, because you can fly up there. And yeah, you can do a lot of other things, but I'm not going to get into too much detail. If you have any questions, you can always just comment below, or you can go on Twitter and DM me. That's probably the best thing to do. Now, this next pro might be considered a con to some people, and I can understand why, but this pro, I believe it's a pro, because as a fairy, you do crave more healthier things. When you're craving a snack, you're going to want to crave more fruits and veggies than chips or soda or something. And I think that's a pro for a lot of people, because it's hard to be healthy when you're a kid, because snacks are so good and it really doesn't affect you physically, but internally it really does. And eating healthier can really make you feel better, feel good about yourself, and it also helps your health, of course. And being a fairy, you don't have to eat healthy. It's not going to affect you if you don't. You can definitely eat meat. I definitely did. But just salads are more appetizing to you, and fruits and vegetables, without even putting any salt or butter or anything. They're just great like that when you're a fairy, and even sometimes when you're not a fairy, if that's what you're into. And yeah, I think that's mostly a pro, but some people may see it as a con if they aren't really interested in fruits and vegetables. Now, there are many pros of being a fairy, and I obviously can't talk to you about all of them, and I really just want to focus on the positive things, because it is a great experience. But as you all know, I did stop being a fairy, and it's not fair to you guys to just make it seem like a great thing when there are cons to it, so I'm going to go into that. So I think the biggest con, as we all may know, is the fact that technology does make you feel very sick and uneasy. So that's probably the biggest con to being a fairy, but it's easily overcome. And by overcome, I don't mean that you will eventually get used to it. I mean that you will get used to not using technology. And it's actually I think it's better, but for my circumstances, it just wasn't right for me. So yeah, that's why it's a con for me, but for other people it might be good. And maybe if you don't use technology that much, it may not affect you at all, but that is probably the biggest con in my experience. Another con is that when something bad is going on, you will sense it. For example, if down the street there's a fire, you'll know that something bad is happening, and you'll just feel very obligated to go help. And that part's not bad, but what's bad is that you do tend to feel sad from it. Although fairies are very happy, it does make you feel very passionately about that thing that's going on that's tragic, and that's kind of a con because it's not good to feel those emotions all the time of feeling something bad happening. So in my experience, that was also a con. And another con that kind of ties in with the last con is that when someone else is feeling an emotion, you will feel empathetic. So you will feel exactly what they're feeling and be going through the same thing as them. So if someone is really happy, you'll be really happy, and that's a good thing. But if someone is really, really, really devastated, you'll feel that too as long as you're near them. I'm sorry if you hear noise in the background. There's nothing I can really do about it, so just try to ignore it. The last con that I'm going to talk about is probably one of the I don't know, it's kind of a difficult con because being a fairy means a lot of secrets because it's not something that you want everybody to know about. And yes, I do make public videos for the whole world to see, and that is kind of like sharing with everybody the information, but I'm not actually showing myself as a fairy, so it's kind of different. Plus, even if people did see it, they will probably, a good majority of them will think it's fake because people don't believe in it. But it's harder to trick people in person than it is online because of all these CGI and photoshopping effects. But not saying that I do those things. I'm just saying, for example, for someone who didn't believe, that could be their excuse as to why they think it's fake. And in real life, costumes don't really look that real, so it's harder to fake it. So you gotta hide a lot of things. You gotta fold your wings under, and it might just be really hard for you to do. And it's just, it's kind of a weird process to go through, hiding your wings and hiding things from people, and it might be hard for you. So that's the last con I'm going to talk about. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I didn't talk about much. It's just I didn't want to focus too much on the negative, and I really wanted to tell you a little bit of both and not make too long of a video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for another video coming hopefully next week. Bye!